William, Christmas is coming.
It is, Judy, but do you know what's already here? A new episode of Garden Time.
Welcome to Garden Time. We're at Al's Garden Home in Sherwood where they're getting dressed up for the holidays.
And on the show today, we are going to be talking about Christmas trends and about the wonderful event, Evening of Lights.
And also on the show today, we'll take you on a mushroom harvest.
But coming up first, some interesting fall containers. Well, it is with great delight that I'm here with Mark at Little Prince of Oregon, and we're usually, Mark, you know, we talk about one or two plants for our plant pick of the month, but this time we did pick a plant pick, but we're going to do something a little bit different, aren't we? We're going to add plants that you can make a container with this fall that'll last through the winter. So let's jump in with, tell me about this one first.
Okay, this is one of my absolute favorite ferns. It's Asplenium trichomones, or maidenhair spleenwort, and there's a lot of cool things about it. It stays small and compact and mounding, so it's not ever going to get more than about this big around and about so tall.
Nice.
It is a native in 48 states.
Oh my.
So it's, and actually it's found on every continent in native populations.
Beautiful.
So it's a very cosmopolitan fern.
So how do people then go about coming up with a great container to put this in?
So like I think all good containers need to have some kind of height component in it.
Sure.
So I usually plant that first when I do something. So I have three things here that we might consider putting in there. This is Pennisetum hamlin, just a grass. Carex testacea is another grass. And then this is Arctostaphylos big sur. It's a manzanita. I think I'm going to actually use the Carex testacea in this one because I like the contrast of that orangey foliage, and so we'll do that. So I would plant that first and break the bottom off of it here a little bit.
And let's tell people again, there's no shame in doing that.
No, absolutely not.
I mean, that helps them.
Yeah, it totally helps them. You want the roots to kind of be broken apart and to be able to push out into the new soil. So, and I don't like to put the tall thing right in the middle, but offset just a little bit. My personal preference. I've also got black mondo grass that I think looks beautiful with you can see the dark stems of the Asplenium trichomones, and many people don't know that black mondo grass gets a really cute little flower on it too.
And if people don't like it, they can snip it off.
Sure, yeah. So again, notice how nicely rooted the plants from Little Prince are.
They are nicely rooted. That's why it's painful for a lot of people to rip them apart when they plant them.
So now we'll tuck the Asplenium trichomones in. And fern roots don't have the white roots. Don't worry about that when you see it, but I am breaking this up a little bit too.
Right.
So fern roots are always going to be kind of dark like that.
Which is misleading to a lot of people because they think they're rotten or something. But that's generally how they look.
Yeah. So this needs a little bit more yet, and so I have several things here. I love spike moss or Selaginella. So we're going to stick a Selaginella in beside the
and several different varieties of it are available.
We do, yeah. We grow, I believe, 6 varieties, and it will also trail over just a little bit.
Nice.
Another fern that I absolutely love is Blechnum pennamarina.
It looks small.
Is it going to stay that way? It stays small.
Yeah,
this one will only get 6 inches tall.
Wow.
And it's a great shade ground cover. Like if you go to the Rhododendron Species Garden in Federal Way, Washington, has a beautiful patch of it that's like 20 feet across, and just it spreads in beautifully. So
and see proof again that that's what the roots do.
Roots. So I took a bunch of roots off of that, and we'll tuck him in over here. So I kind of like the balance of that with we've got a little triangle here, and then so I would just then fill a little bit of soil in around that. If you want to, like if this is going to be on your patio for the winter or something, you can take some rock and stick around these just to kind kind of give it some.
Just to give it a look of a finished look.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
if you like it the other way too, that's
Yeah,
fine because
totally.
they will grow out over.
Yeah. So then when you water that, the rock will get washed off and you'll have a cute little.
And the
Fall
benefit
container.
Mark, is this will
Everything
last
is
through
perennial.
the winter
This-
wherever you
this-
put it and
this
come home
container-
in spring.
Will last several years if people
Right,
want it to.
right.
If you trim it up a little bit. So
And so I'm assuming that since these were shade plants, you don't want to put it
yeah,
out in
no,
full sun
I
even
would
in the winter.
I would put this one in. Well, in the wintertime, I think it could
can
be
get
in
a little
full
bit more sun.
But I would put this in partial
Perfect. Perfect.
partial sun in the summertime.
Well, there you have it. You know, we always like to try to bring something new to our interactions with Mark here at Little Prince, and this is a great idea. So if you want more information, go to gardentime.tv. We'll click you over to their website. Thank you so much, Mark.
You're welcome. Thanks.
Garden Time is brought to you by Portland Nursery, a passion for plants, a nursery for plant people.
Is your garden in need of refreshment? Hi, I'm Sarah, and there are plenty of things in bloom at Portland Nursery. Come check out our beautiful fall color to perk up your garden. At Portland Nursery, we consider fall the second season, and the gardening opportunities are endless. Establish next year's trees, replace lettuce and greens, or get a jump on onions and garlic. Portland Nursery, a passion for plants, a nursery for plant people, on 50th and Stark and 90th and Division, or at portlandnursery.com.
In 1947, Clement Gander started Standard TV and Appliance in Southeast Portland.
Standard is celebrating its 71st anniversary with price cuts in every category, including washers and dryers, top brand dishwashers, side-by-side and French door refrigerators, and Simmons Beauty Rest mattresses. Plus, right now at Standard TV and Appliance, save up to 40% on display and pro-style products.
Setting the standard since 1947, Standard TV and Appliance.
Extend your growing season and escape to your own garden retreat in a Solex greenhouse from the Greenhouse Catalog. There is nothing like the taste of a bright, red, juicy, homegrown tomato. The bright, warm, durable design of a Solex greenhouse provides plenty of room to nurture your plants and enjoy your passion for years. Choose from 5 Solex greenhouse models or build your own with Solex panels. For all your gardening, greenhouse, and specialty growing needs, visit greenhousecatalog.com or give us a call.
At Blooming Junction, fall isn't about winding down, it's about getting ready. In the garden, start the next season off right now. Fall plantings produce healthier, more robust, and drought-tolerant plants than those planted in spring or summer. In the kitchen, get ready for the holidays with fresh, organically grown produce from our fields. So, whether it's for the garden or for the kitchen this season, Blooming Junction is your place for quality, uncommon plants and produce for your home and garden.
Well, Christmas is in the air, and I'm at Al's Garden Home in Sherwood, and I'm with Barb. And so, Barb, you are the visual display manager here.
Yes, I am.
And so all year, really, you make Al's look so gorgeous. Really, it's so pretty. But at Christmas time, you have even extra people that come in and help.
Yes, Judy, I do. We really have a short schedule to get everything set up. And so I bring in contract people, and we start actually the end of August.
Wow.
And start with the back areas and then go forward. Yeah, so it's a very intense time, but it's a fun time because it turns out beautiful. Yeah.
So, people they want to bring this home. They want to, get the ornaments here, and then they want their trees to look like this. So are there some tips that we can take when we do our trees?
Yes, what we do, we try to start with the tops. It's wonderful to create something at the top with stems or favorite ornaments or bigger pieces. And then the second step really is to put bigger things back inside further. Okay. And then the smaller, probably the more special things you can hang out in the front.
That is smart. And really get more ornaments on there, make it more full.
Correct. And
I love that the lights go all the way in.
Yes.
That is so cool too, because you add so much depth.
Right. And so if you get a green tree, it's going to take more lights, but that does really add a lot to the tree.
And I noticed that the trees look all so different. There's white trees, there's green trees, tall. And this one is so unique because it's blue. It's maybe not a Christmas color everyone uses.
Well, at the markets the last couple of years, there has been a lot of blue and a lot of the icy look, and this year I thought it was wonderful because there's a deep dark blue and then there's a lighter blue. So that creates a lot of depth right there with the different shades.
And icicles. I
Right.
think owls always have so
Lots
many
of
icicles.
Yes,
So
which
beautiful.
are very magical.
They are, and they catch the light.
Right.
It really is so
right.
beautiful.
Right, yes.
There's another tree that we're going to go look at, so let's go over there.
Okay.
Now, Barb, how many trees do you have at this store?
We have 20 themes here in Sherwood, and the other stores are represented with some of those themes on additional trees.
And we just came from one. You have themes for all of them. What was the other one?
That
we
one was
considered?
Morning Walk, and this one is Winter Event. And this is a great transition tree because this tree is very Pacific Northwest themed, I consider it, and it could really go up before Thanksgiving when you look at the colors and all the natural touches. It's got some nice, beautiful blues again and
Right.
some lovely coppers.
It is so nice, and I just love all the ornaments with all the animals. You
Right.
have birds and reindeers. It's
yes,
really
it
beautiful.
is great.
And there's a third one that I really love, and it's really different. And tell us about that third
That
one.
one is Scandinavian, and the Scandinavian theme has been around the last couple years. It's a lot of red and whites and sweaters and very Nordic looking.
That is
And
so
it's
nice.
fun because it's very Christmas to me, the red and the white.
That is beautiful. Well, you know, here at Owls, there's a special event coming up, and so we're going to go to William right now, and he's going to find out all about that.
Well, thank you so much, Judy. And so now I am standing here with Mark Biggie. And Mark, we are going to be talking about this wonderful event, the Evening of Lights, right? Do I remember correctly that it's been going on at least 15 years?
It has.
Wow. Wow, that's so long. I remember it. I remember going all the way back to Woodburn when you had it too.
Yep,
So
just in that one
it's
store.
amazing.
Yeah.
So let's talk about it. Tell me what's going on because you have 4 locations now, and so fill me in on this year's event.
So something that's fun this year is because we have 4 stores, we've decided to split it up over 2 weeks.
Oh, wonderful.
So it's going to be the first one is going to be here at Sherwood on November 1st. The next one is November 3rd at Woodburn. And then we jump the week after that, November 8th at our Wilsonville store, and then November 10th at our Gresham store.
Wow, and you know what I love about that is because one of the things I've always valued about shopping at Owls is that the stores are similar and yet different. So you could really see the beauty of each store at this holiday event.
You can. It's kind of fun because each store, while they have similar characteristics, they all have their own personality.
Yes.
So it's really fun to see each store decked out for Christmas.
And then outside of just seeing the beauty of all of this decoration, there's other wonderful things going on, and I'm sure there's going to be poinsettias, isn't there?
Yeah, all of our poinsettias will be out on display. We have several varieties, I think 40 varieties again this year.
Wonderful.
They'll be decked out. It's a really fun event. You bring your whole family, and it's just our season kickoff. So we have live carolers, we're going to have food and drinks, roasted nuts every year. It's a tradition, so it's a lot of fun. It's a great event.
Well, you know, I can't imagine that it's been this long that I've been coming to this event, and every year it just seems to get better and better, and I absolutely love the idea that now I can go and visit all 4 locations and see what's going on. So for more information on all of the times and happenings, go to gardentime.tv. We'll click you over to the website. Thank you, my friend.
Thanks, William.
Every year, trees fall or break, causing property damage, power outages, and injury.
Now is the time for Bartlett Tree Experts and Collier Arbor Care to get your trees ready for the extreme conditions ahead.
Our free consultation will help to spot the signs of potentially hazardous trees.
We can help address problems before they occur. Whether it's trees or shrubs, we can help you get a healthy and beautiful garden.
Collier Arbor Care and Bartlett Tree Experts, providing environmentally safe tree care since 1907.
Don't let the cold and wet get you this winter. Warm up to a season of heat with Grimm's Fuel. Grimm's has plenty of wood and heating oil ready to deliver to keep you warm all winter long. Stay warm and cozy with Grimm's Fuel.
Fall is a time to think of planting and planning. Planting new plants now will help them get a jump start on next year. Black Gold All-Purpose can help your plants get ready for winter and next spring. Formulated with a blend of natural and organic nutrients, it contains everything your plants and spring bulbs need for a happy and healthy start. Look for Black Gold All-Purpose at your local garden center or nursery. Black Gold, all the riches of the earth.
Your center for home and garden decor, Garden Gallery Ironworks has everything you need to make your home a showcase. For the inside, we have a great selection of Kelly Ray Roberts items And our farmhouse style department is full of one-of-a-kind gifts. For the outside, we have arbors, trellises, planting beds, and garden decor. Everything to make your neighbors jealous. Check out our new website and then come visit us in Hubbard. Garden Gallery Ironworks.
So it is a real delight to me to be out here in one of the many beautiful forests of the Pacific Northwest, and I'm with Leah. So Leah, tell me who you are with and why we're out here.
So hi, my name is Leah Bendlin, and I'm here with the Oregon Mycological Society, and we are out here doing a field trip looking for all of the different mushrooms that we can find, hopefully finding some really good edibles, learning about habitat, and then also just learning about all of the cool species that we're finding.
So, we've been out here a while and doing some filming and watching people, search for mushrooms, and my mind kept telling me, there's so many dangerous ones, but there really are some that are delicious that you get right out here in the wild.
Yeah, for sure. There's a lot of mycophobia out there, and a lot of a lot of fear of mushrooms, but it's okay. You can touch all of the mushrooms that are out there. You're not going to get poisoned just by touching them.
Right.
And there's a lot of delicious edibles out there that you can also find, and we have a couple of them right here.
And they're freakishly beautiful, first of all. That's what I noticed straight away, but tell me about these two and what you do with them.
Okay, so this one right here is the cauliflower mushroom.
Wow.
Somebody found this straight out of the car, which is a pretty lucky find. And this is a delicious edible mushroom. Looks like wavy egg noodles. One of the great things about this mushroom is that it has no poisonous lookalikes. It is really easy to ID, and it is delicious.
So even a simple person like me could figure that one out if I find that one's okay.
If you find something that looks like this, that's it. Yeah, and then could you hold this?
Sure, I will.
Okay, so then we also have the lobster mushroom right here. Bright orange mushroom that is a tasty edible. It grows actually on another mushroom that is pretty bland called Russula breviipes, which is just a white, plain, big-looking mushroom, and completely deforms it. This is where the gills would be on that Russula, and it has completely fused them shut, and it turns it, a rather bland mushroom, into a rather tasty mushroom.
And so there are things that we have to be aware of, but one of the great things about the Mycological Society is you can actually be a novice and learn about stuff from y'all.
Yeah, we do classes. We do a beginner and intermediate ID class. We do a fall mushroom show.
Which is happening soon, isn't it? I've got this right here.
Yes, it's happening tomorrow on Sunday. So here's our flyer for the Fall Mushroom Show. We're going to have speakers that I'll be giving a presentation on common fall mushrooms and their lookalikes.
Wonderful.
We'll have a presentation on how to get started mushrooming, some poison information, some cooking information. We'll have book sales, and the main feature is probably thousands of different mushrooms that will be on display and identified so that you can see some of the beautiful variety that's out there.
So now, we were out here, but this is a very specific thing, and you knew where to come out to look for this kind of stuff. But if you're on your own, what is it that you're looking for to find mushrooms?
Sure. So people are very secretive about their spots because it can take many years to find a good spot.
Right.
And we're lucky enough that Paul shared his spot with us today. But you are looking for certain kinds of trees. Our state mushroom, which is the Pacific golden chanterelle, associates generally with Doug fir trees, and we have an awful lot of Doug fir trees in Oregon. However, you also need it to be at certain elevations and certain temperatures. So the season starts high and then goes low as the season goes on, and you get cooler temperatures in lower lands. So the spots where you find them actually vary over time.
And then you should be aware of maybe checking around before you just go out randomly searching.
For sure. So different places require different permitting systems. So wherever you're thinking about going, you need to check with the agency that covers that. Like if you're going on private land, you need to ask someone first. If you are going out to national forests, there are generally free personal use permits. And then some state forests, you can go out and you actually don't need a permit at all as long as you are collecting only for personal use.
Excellent.
And only in limited amounts.
Well, you know, we cover so many flowers and trees and shrubs, but this is another wonderful, beautiful, and often edible part of nature. So if you'd like more information on this great event happening tomorrow, we always invite you to go to gardentime.tv. We'll click you over to their website. Go out and enjoy something maybe new in your life. Thank you so much, Leah.
Yeah, thank you. And get out there and enjoy some mushrooms.
Right.
Garden Time is brought to you by Capital Subaru, your way on the Parkway.
When the weekend hits, I would so much rather be hiking in the gorge or day tripping to the beach than spending all day buying a car. But when we decided to get a new Outback at Capital Subaru, we couldn't believe how smooth and quick the process was. They found us the perfect road trip car in no time. We were even able to get a hike in before sunset.
Seek adventure this fall in the versatile new 2018 Subaru Forester 2.5i Premium with Starlink. Lease just $239 per month.
Capital Subaru, your way on the Parkway.
Don't let the cold and wet get you this winter. Warm up to a season of heat with Grimm's Fuel. Grimm's has plenty of wood and heating oil ready to deliver to keep you warm all winter long. Stay warm and cozy with Grimm's Fuel.
Locally grown, fresh from the farm, festive and magical. Your holiday season begins at Owl's Garden and Home. Join us for our Evening of Lights. Shop Christmas ornaments from designer decorated trees, delight in poinsettias fresh from our local farm, try ice apples and other tasty treats, and enjoy savings throughout the store. Welcome the joys of the season with your whole family. Come celebrate our Evening of Lights at Owl's Garden and Home in Woodburn, Sherwood, Gresham, and Wilsonville.
You may think that Halloween is just for people, but if you go to the Oregon Zoo this weekend, you can see that the animals have just as much fun.
Last Friday, the elephants were able to squish the squash. The Pacific Giant Vegetable Growers Club donated some rather large pumpkins to the zoo for the local population of Asian elephants. Plus, additional smaller pumpkins were donated by Al's Garden and Home.
This weekend, the fun continues as visitors can watch the zoo's enrichment team provide animals with holiday-themed treats like jack-o'-lanterns stuffed with snacks. Meanwhile, a scavenger hunt directs trick-or-treaters to activity stations with info about animals, their habitats, and adaptations. Kids can collect treats and prizes as they visit each station.
So take the family and stop by the Oregon Zoo and watch the animals do a little trick-or-treating of their own. So I'm standing here with Rick Naylor again. And Rick, you know, we love going out to the places that you do landscaping work in because you teach us a lot. And this is another one, a place we've never been to before, but it had an older path in the front and they wanted to extend it to all the way to the back. Mm-hmm. It was a DIY project. They did it themselves. So start in, because this is stunning. This is what you've done so far. Talk to me about this process.
Well, originally we came out and took a look, and the homeowner had done the original install, which is fine, but homeowners have a tendency to make some mistakes. And one of the mistakes they made is they didn't put enough compacted gravel and sand down in order to make sure that with settling that things aren't going to the pavers aren't going to settle and become uneven. And it was very uneven, and it was a real old school paver, and it needed updating. So
then when you say gravel and sand, I think that a lot of us don't even know that there really is quite a lot of gravel and sand, and it's not just put on there. You guys actually compact it down, don't you?
Oh, absolutely. Well, the start of the process is our contractor, Desire Landscape, who we've worked with the last 7 years. He will actually come out with a laser level and make sure that everything's completely level before we even start that process. And then we'll put down compacted 3/4 minus, put down another layer, compact it again, then put down the sand and compact it also, so that we make sure we have a nice solid level surface before we even start putting any pavers down.
And I was talking to the homeowner, and they said that even they were doing that part of the situation for a day. It took them a full day just to get the path compacted and ready for any of the tiles.
Right, and that's the whole thing with every project. The devil's in the details, and if you get the details right, then the rest of the project will kind of fall in line. So yeah, we're very, very careful about making sure we get that good solid surface.
And so I don't know what stones they are, I don't know the names of them, but I love this style that you've done here. I'm sure that once again, you really worked with the homeowners to get what it was that they were looking for.
Absolutely. I mean, there's many different styles and colors of pavers. I prefer to work with more earth tones because they don't fade as much as some of the brighter colors do, which is where you have to be kind of careful with when you're choosing pavers. If you do use a brighter color, you want to make sure you seal it so that it keeps their original color a little bit longer, because right out of the box they look great, but in a couple of years they have a tendency to fade.
Well, and I noticed when I walked through here before we were doing this filming part, I noticed that there was a kind of a wall here and a lot of now exposed sprinkler things. So you guys, you really are aware of all of those things that are pre-existing and pay attention to them.
Absolutely, and then we just relocate the sprinkler heads and kind of go from there. So, but yeah, absolutely, we make sure that everything's 100% ready to go before we even start.
And one of the things that I love about your company, Rick, is you guys do a great job with the hard surfaces, things like that. But you also really do pay attention to the plants in the areas. You pay attention to if there's some maybe possible damaging that could happen. You really are aware of all of that.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's a landscape. There's many parts to a landscape other than just plant material and a walkway. I mean, they all need to work together. So. Yeah, you have to pay attention to those to make sure that everything's harmonized and everything's going to flow together.
So, and this is done in the fall time. Tell us why that's important to do things like this in the fall.
Well, the main reason is that it's in place and ready to go for spring and summer, so that your yard isn't torn apart in the parts of the season when you want to use it.
Right.
So this is a great time to do it. It's a great time to plant, number one. But number two is it's good to get all this out of the way when you're not really wanting to use your yard that much.
Right, and then once the rains hit and stuff, it'll be settled in even more and really compacted and ready to go.
Absolutely.
There you have it. So, you know, we always enjoy coming out and talking to Rick about his different projects, whether it's the beginning, the middle, or the endings of them. So what we will do is come back in a couple weeks and we're going to see this completed project, and you too can see how beautiful it is. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you.
Fall is a great time to plant any kind of bulbs. You know, we love to plant tulips and daffodils, but really you want to plant garlic and onion now too, which are bulbs. Sometimes at independent garden centers you'll find garlic in a whole bulb, but you really want to break it apart. You don't want to plant it just like this. So take off the skins and then just break apart all these individual cloves. There's like a nose, which is the top, and there's a blunt end that's going to be the bottom that's going to have roots, and that's what you plant. It's great to do it in a raised bed, but you can do it in a container or in just a regular vegetable bed. You want to make a little furrow, a little kind of a trough, and you want to plant them about 2 inches down. Just push them in, and I would put them about 4 to 6 inches apart, and you just kind of lay them out like that, and then just cover them up. Water them in right away, but you know, the fall rains will take care of that. And you know, next year in July or so, you'll be able to harvest lots of garlic to use all summer long. And that's our tip of the week. We want to thank you for watching today, and don't forget about the Evening of Lights going on at all 4 Al's locations over the next 2 weeks.
So if you would like some more information about this wonderful event, or if you would like more information about the show today or in our past, you can always go to gardentime.tv.
William and I thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week here on Garden Time.
The proceeding was a paid program of the Guston Creative Group and its sponsors.